This portion of the news is brought to you by the new Shell and Leaded, designed for extra miles.
The country and the Junkanoo community today remembered Brian Gibson as he was funeralized at Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church. The Junkanoo legend was a member of several groups, including forming the Vikings Junkanoo group. The family man was remembered as someone who took life seriously and lived it to its fullest.
If all we were thinking about was death, then you will cry without hope. If all it was Brian lived and he died and that was the end of it, then we would be of all people most miserable. But we give God thanks that we don't have to be morbid today, because death does not hold the sting if it's connected with a resurrection. In other words, yes, he died, and yes, we're going to miss him, and yes, our hair turned white, but thank you, Jesus, the devil doesn't have the last word.
He was also remembered as someone who connected with the community.
He conducted himself in a way that we all wanted to be around him, a part of him. He created things, he created events. He showed up in places where most of us wouldn't, just so that people could feel a sense of belonging. Much of what is happening today in our country is because people are lost, because they have no direction, they have nothing to belong to. But Boldy was someone who identified with and ensured that there was something that was there that people could belong to.
All of us know the kind of person that Boldy was. Boldy's bark was so much worse than his bite. In one instant, Boldy be telling you about your backside, and the next minute he's there hugging you up and cheering you on. That was the kind of person that Boldy was.
The nation's leader, Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie, paid tribute to the Progressive Liberal Party's first female trustee, Deaconess Doris Burrows, during funeral services yesterday at First Baptist Church. On behalf of the party and the country, Mr. Christie saluted the fallen party official for her vast contributions. He said Deaconess Burrows helped to build a platform the PLP leaders stood upon and provided much encouragement, even in defeat.
Burrows will be measured by those of us who were going through varying degrees of bewilderment over the rejection at the polls. She will be measured by the fact that she followed that old biblical admonition, pick up your bed and walk. She committed herself in taking over the women's branch to inspire the women of our party to tell the men of our party, there's another day we have to work towards. The shield of faith. She asked us to have faith. And she took us to the point where she handed over to another generation, Dennis Hanamar, who built on her work on it, helped us in 2002 become the government of the country.
Also paying tribute to Deaconess Doris Burrows was the Commissioner of Police, Alison Greenslade, who highlighted her outstanding role from a family perspective.
So our memories of her are pure. Our experiences with her were positive and enjoyable. She fought the good fight in all respects, and she has finished her course. The pathways that she has trod are safe zones, which are clearly illuminated for all of us to follow. My hope, with all of my heart, as a Bahamian man today, is that at such a fractured time in our history, Mommy's passing will call all of us back to a sensibility of personal responsibility and accountability, and that we will understand the reality of time and death, which are no respecters of any man or woman on this planet.
Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honorable V. Alfred Gray, urged students who graduated from the Co-op Youth Embracing Excellence Successfully summer pilot program on Thursday to put their skills they learned to use. 16 young people graduated from the 4-week program that focused on entrepreneurship, communication, and leadership development. Calling it a red-letter day for the country and his ministry, Gray says the program attracted the brightest and best of young people who will make something of themselves. He urged the group to contribute positively now to the country.
Why not be one of those who are a part of the construction group and not the wrecking crew? There's some young people who are basically hell-bent on wrecking whatever they put their hands to. And if they can't rule it, they'll ruin it. There are others of you, though, and I consider the 16 of you among that construction group, who build things and build people and build lives and contribute to the development of your Bahamas.
In addition to receiving certificates for completing the program, students were presented with special awards. Winners of the infomercial contest were presented with cash prizes, with the winner receiving a $500 check. Osadani Pedifree expressed gratitude on behalf of the participants to the program's facilitators.
We really and truly appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you for everything that you have done, but for grooming our wings so that we can soar high in the sky of entrepreneurs. We accept this baton you are giving us, and we say again, thank you so much.
Thousands of kids will head to the classroom to begin the new academic year in just a few weeks. Parents are now making sure their little ones are healthy and ready to learn. Now, with this in mind, Solomon's Fresh Market hosted a Wholesome Mummy seminar Saturday at its Harbor Bay location. The 90-minute classroom session featured 4 panelists, all moms, focused on food fears, trends, and raising healthy kids.
So it's back to school time, and a lot of parents are becoming more health conscious, and we're finding that they're looking for more options to send their kids back to school with. And a lot of times there is a huge challenge with sending kids to school with the right products, with the right attitude. How do you deal with kids who are going to school when you send them with a healthy lunch meal and other kids are coming with other unhealthy options? How do you deal with that? The mothers are really the movers of everything happening in the natural food industry. They're the ones that are setting the trends. They're the ones that are educating their friends and their families and getting not just their children to eat healthy, but their husbands, their spouses, their parents.
Marketing coordinator Angela Liborn explained that the event is a part of the company's Eye on Health seminar series. It's an initiative which began more than 2 years ago. The sessions occur on a monthly basis, and the response, Liborn says, has been overwhelmingly positive.
Every seminar we're seeing new faces pop in, and that's always good to see that the word is getting out, that people are talking to other people and trying to spread the word. Sometimes we can't even fit everyone in the space.
11 contestants vying for the title of Miss World, Miss Universe, and Miss Earth Bahamas were officially introduced to the public. The beauties made their appearance during the launch of Beauty by Nature. The event, held at Avista Lounge on Elizabeth and Bay Streets, drew a crowd of cheering pageant fans as well as friends and families. The contenders were adorned in dresses by Bahari and footwear by Statement Shoes. They have a busy lineup of preliminary competitions. On August 28th, the ladies will compete in the evening gown and talent competition at Sapodillo on West Bay Street. And then on Saturday, September 5th, the contestants will parade through the streets of New Providence wearing their national dresses and costumes. The motorcade will end with a judging session at Rawson Square, and the grand finale is set for September 13th at the Atlantis Theater on Paradise Island, where 3 crowns will be won in 2 pageants. Well, still to come in sports, the best bodies in the country's named last night. All the highlights coming up in ZNS Total Sports with Julian Gibson. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition.